on this Tuesday, August 1st, 2017. It is now 4:31. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Can we have a roll call on the commissioners?
Here.
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 Here. For the record, all 5 are present tonight. Number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 4, communications.
There are none.
Okay, number 5 is our minutes from July 6th, 2017.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for July 6, 2017 for the Hammond Redevelopment Commission. I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the minutes from July 16, 2017 Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting. Is there any corrections or additions to these minutes? Okay, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, we have number 6, subordination request approval for Isaiah Briscoe and Lillian Bartolome, or Mew, at 444 173rd Street.
Commissioners, we have Mr. Briscoe and Ms. Bartholomew at 444 173rd Street. Their current rate, they're coming before us for a subordination agreement request. Their current rate is at 3.875. They are refinancing and will receive a interest rate of 2.375, which is a savings of their mortgage of $88.10. This is an IRRRL loan, which stands for Interest Rate Reduction Refinancing Loan, which is afforded to our veterans. And Mr. Briscoe is a veteran of the United States Army.
Well, thank you for serving.
First of all, thank you for serving. And we are, just for my own information, the new rate, 2 3/8, is a fixed rate mortgage.
Yes, sir.
That's a opportunity I don't think that you should miss. Unless anybody has a question, Mr. President, I move we approve item number 6 at 444 173rd Street.
Second.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, it's an excellent rate. Okay, then we have a motion and a second for the subordination request approval for Isaiah Briscoe and Lillian Bartholomew at 444 173rd Street. Can we have a roll call on that?
Yes.
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 Yes. Motion passes, 5 yes. Folks, if you like, you may be excused, but if you want to stick around, that's fine. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.
All right, number 7 is an approval of bids for the demolition and remediation of 7527 Kennedy Avenue property.
Good evening, Commissioners. John Blosky with Americo Engineering. This is a project we publicly bid through the Redevelopment Commission. We had a total of 8 contractors that submitted sealed proposals for the asbestos remediation and demolition of the former FOP located at Dowling Park at 7527 Kennedy Avenue. And We had 3 bid categories. Bid number 1 was for asbestos remediation. Bid number 2 was for demolition, and bid number 3 was a combination for both packages. What I have in front of you here today are recommendations on the low bidders for Category 1 and Category 2. Category 1, which is the asbestos remediation, I am recommending you award it to Green Demolition Contractors of Michigan City, Indiana.
Excuse me?
Oh, yes.
Excuse me, I apologize. I don't seem to have documentation before me.
Yeah, I just realized as I'm looking in the packet, Cynthia was out early this week, and so,
You want me to go make copies somewhere? Okay.
you want to do that? Why don't we have the letter of recommendation copies and the bid sheets copied? We could skip over this item and then we can come back.
I don't mind doing it verbally. I don't think we need to run around the room. I just was making sure I was on the same page as everybody. That was my
correct.
concern.
It'd be good for everybody to have the copies anyhow, so I prefer it. I thought they were in the packet until I just opened it up, so I apologize. That's my fault.
That's fine.
Mayor's office open?
No.
Do you mind going?
Okay, just excuse us, Mr. Blosky. We will bring you back
Oops.
for
Sorry,
number
I
7.
just want to make sure I was on the same page. I was,
I'm looking too.
You and me both. I thought it was in there. So I went to grab it, and I'm thinking the same thing. So no, that's good. Let's get the copies made so everybody has a copy of it.
Okay, we will, like I said, take a short recess on number 7. We'll come back to it. Number 8 then is a proposal for engineering work for Lost Marsh residential development.
Commissioners, this is the project we've previously approved an agreement between Hammond Redevelopment Commission and the Port Authority. Port Authority is taking on majority of the cost of this project. For your memory, this is for the construction of 20 new homes around the Lost Marsh Golf Course. And Port Authority also has taken on majority of the engineering cost. However, the remainder of the work beyond what they budgeted for is what this proposal is for. So what I'd like to do is have Chris Moore from Nice come up, give you an update on where we're at with the project today, and then obviously why we need this contract extended for, I think, the additional $15,580. So if Chris, you want to come up?
Thank you very much. The project that we're working on is over on the golf course. It's on the east side, right off of New York and 126th, and it's a combination of single unit housing and paired unit housing. The paired units are going to be along New York Avenue. They're going to have driveways and utilities and access to go out to New York. Then we're going to have a drive. It's going to come in the back. It's going to snake around and it turns into a cul-de-sac. And there's going to be 5 single units back in the back, and those are going to have views of the golf course. We're probably about 90% of the way complete with design, with all the utilities and coordination with all, not only just sewer and water, but with NIPSCO, with electric, with communications with AT&T and everything. And we've been working with them with easements. We've done a survey for that as well to show where all the easements are going to go and where all the utilities are going to go. We've been also doing significant work with environmental research on the property to determine that the site is clear and ready for housing. We're not quite complete with that. There was a significant amount of trees back in the back, and we coordinated with getting all those cleared out of the way so we can get in there and do some soil boring research, and that was one of the reasons for this additional funding. And we've got a little bit more work that we still have to do to just kind of finalize the engineering design, but we're heavily involved with doing research, looking at different types of houses, trying to figure out the best lots, the size of the lots, the configuration of the site. And it's one of those things you don't know what you're getting into until you're knee deep into it. And so and we're not going to back out. We always come about and try to make sure that everything's working the right way. And we just requested a little additional funding to help us finish out the project.
So, I mean, I understand that this project's already been approved, so this $15,580 is kind of a budget overrun? I mean, it's in addition to that?
That's correct. The entirety of the project, because we're actually, I don't want to go over too much that you already know, but you may recall we did an RFP on the site. We tried to attract home builders to see if somebody would come out there and take it on as a project, as a development. And unfortunately, at the time, we had 0 responses. So we knew at that point we had to go forward with the infrastructure work if we were going to attract home builders to come back and build on individual lots there. So that's when the Port Authority took the bull by the horn and said, look, we'll take on majority of the cost of this. The Redevelopment Commission at the time approved $250,000 towards the construction of this infrastructure work as well, and the engineering behind it. And this is the remaining cost to the engineering work that's being done. And like I said, Port Authority has done majority of the other, or taken care of majority of the other costs. This is the remaining to get the project completed. So yes, it is on top of the $250,000 for the infrastructure actually being put in at the development than what we previously approved.
And other than that, everything's on schedule and, I mean, we're where we wanted to be, timeline?
Correct, we're working there. There's, you know, back and forth trying to get all the finalized, everything all ready to go, but we're right there.
Good. Exciting. That's all I have.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to accept the proposal for additional surveying and design engineering services for Lost Marsh Estates.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the engineering work for Lost Marsh Residential Development. If there's no further questions for Chris Denise, let's have a roll call then.
Stone Presley?
Yes.
Gaspazicki?
Yes.
Naveja?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Hubbard?
Yes, motion passes.
Thank you,
5-0.
Commissioners.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move back to number 7.
Okay.
The approval of bids for demolition remediation of 7527 Kennedy Avenue.
I'm glad we did this. I think it'll be easier for all the commissioners to stay with you as far as the numbers and what the bids
Yes.
were and what the recommendations are as well.
So we bid out the demolition, the asbestos remediation and demolition of the former FOP at 7527 Kennedy Avenue. There were eight contractors submitted sealed proposals. Karen and I opened those proposals in public with 2 contractors present at the due date and time. I am recommending to you for consideration awarding the work to the 2 low bidders, which the asbestos remediation bid number 1 would be awarded to Green Demolition Contractors of Michigan City, Indiana, in the amount of their bid for $18,800. Bid category number 2, I'm recommending you award to JM Industrial Services of Hammond, Indiana, along with a couple of alternates. Their base bid for demolition was $48,300. But I'm also, there's the alternate for removal of the light poles and the bollards throughout the parking lot for $1,150, as well as the removal of the baseball field light poles for $2,300, for a total award of $51,750 to JM Industrial Services.
Excuse me, did you say that was bid number 2?
Bid number 2 is to JM Industrial Services for demolition.
But
And number 1 is Green
Yes,
Demolition for the remediation, right?
yes. And they were both the lowest bidders. The combined bids that were submitted were all higher than both of these individual bids.
oh, okay. Okay, I was looking at the wrong form, I apologize.
Don't feel bad, so was I.
Okay.
Do these need to be approved individually, or are we just gonna ultimately go with the recommendation of staff here, which is,
I'd say individually because it is separate work, the actual demolition and the remediation work. It's two separate companies.
so regarding Mr. President, regarding bid number 1, I move we approve Green Demolition Contractors out of Michigan City, Indiana, for the amount listed as $18,800.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for bid 1, green demolition for the remediation for $18,800. Is there any further questions or discussion on bid 1? Okay, roll call, please.
Southern Presley,
Yes.
Esposito,
Yes.
Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Helfrich.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes.
Since we already did bid 2, I'll take it. Mr. President, I move we approve bid number 2, demolition and site restoration in the amount of $48,300 to Acton Contracting LLC.
No.
No?
No.
To JM.
It was
JM.
JM Industrial Services.
The one that's circled. Oh, okay. I apologize. Mr. President, I amend my request to approve bid number 2, demolition and site restoration to JM Industrial Services out of Hammond, Indiana, in the amount of $48,300.
I second that.
Oh, wait, 1 second, sir.
We were talking about, this year's, because we have 2 alternates, we were asking that as well. For 51,000, yeah, I'm in a cover letter here.
Okay.
There you go, my cover letter.
In addition, please add, do I have the alternates? But we don't have the companies on here?
It's the same company.
Okay, so in addition to award a total contract of $51,750. That's the total.
Don't feel bad, because I'm the same.
I second that. I understand.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner, for amending that and re-saying that.
Yeah.
So we have, for clarification here, we have a motion and a second for JM Industrial Services, that's bid 2 for the demolition work, for a total package of $51,750. Is there any further questions or discussion on bid 2, which is J&M Industrial Services for $51,750? Okay, roll call, please.
Southern Presley,
Yes.
Esposito,
Yes.
Navejas,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Helfrich.
Yes, motion carries here. 5.
Thank you, Commissioners. I'll notify the contractors tomorrow, and we are in hopes to have that building completely demolished by mid-September.
Thank you, Mr. Bosky.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me a headache.
And honestly, Cynthia happens to be out right now, so typically she would have made sure everything was copied and printed and located, so that's my fault. I apologize.
Okay, we will move along. Number 9's our reports. Mr. Phil Talon, would you like to share anything tonight with us?
Just very quickly, the sports complex, some of the utility work has started. So if you drive by, you'll see construction actually has begun. We've been careful to put up some signs to make sure that customers know that Carson's is still open. We were waiting from Carson's to get their logo to make sure it's on the sign. So we only have a couple up, but there will be more to make sure that they don't lose any business in the meantime. But besides that, I have nothing to report. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have.
I thought it was pretty visible and showing that it was still open. I mean, the signage, I thought it, you know, was certainly adequate, I guess. I don't know, as long as they're happy. I know we want them happy, but my own drive-by, it looked like it.
Yeah, I haven't heard any complaints. You know, I think we just want to go above and beyond, you know, and make sure that anybody that drives by knows that this is not work being done to the Carson's building. And I agree with you. I think it's pretty obvious, especially you still see all the cars there, you know, as you drive by. So people figure it out. I've shopped there already since the construction has begun myself. So, but I'm glad it has started and, you know, it's moving along, which is great.
Yeah, they've done a good job securing the fencing around the project and everything. So there's plenty of parking north to the building, and even there's a few rows even on the south side there.
Yeah, the employee entrance is on the south side of the building, so we had to be careful not to block that entrance. Not all of them potentially can park where they used to, but they still have access to the employee entrance for sure.
Okay. Exciting project. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, number 10's our bills, register of claims.
Yes. Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the Register of Claims for July 13th, 2017 through July 28th, 2017. Register of Claim R54989 through R55044.
Second?
Okay. We have a motion and a second for the register of claims from July 13, 2017 through July 28, 2017. Claims R54989 through claim R55044. Is there any questions or discussion on these claims? Okay, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, number 11's new and unfinished business. I think we have something tonight.
You do. What you have before you is an entitled development agreement, and you'll see this deals with the Lake Avenue properties. There were originally 5 lots. Back in 2011, the commission awarded the building of homes on those lots to a company called Eon Development DBA Green Key Home Builders. That contract, several months into it, was later assigned to Homes of Distinction, LLC. And in fact, there have been 4 out of 5 lots that have been built on out there, and Homes of Distinction has built 3 of the homes, and the 4th home was the one that was built by this Green Key Home Builders. What had happened is that Green Key ran into some difficulties and indicated back in 2011 they didn't want to finish up the other lots. So they assigned the contract, which couldn't be done without your express consent. And so there was a development agreement for all 5 lots that was assigned in 2011 to Homes of Distinction. Now that 4 are done and we have the last one ready to go, what we did was, rather than rely on that assignment that was executed in 2011, to just redo the development agreement And you can see in the second whereas, it talks about that Eon had assigned, Eon DBA Green Key had assigned to Homes of Distinction. So this way, Homes of Distinction has their own separate contract for this last home. The rest of the language is identical to what was in the agreement that was approved in 2011 in terms of the payment for the construction of the home, the fact that the home bill will be sold between $185,000 and $250,000, which I think Phil can give you a historical perspective on those other four. But the rest of the agreement itself is identical to what was originally contracted for in 2011. We just wanted to have this solidified for this last, since it's been 6 years, we wanted to be able to have a new agreement written. So, and Phil, is that, what's, the price has been right around 200,000, I believe.
Yes, for the other homes, and they're not, obviously, they all haven't been exactly, but right in that range, somewhere between, I'd say, 195 and 210. So I think this range is ideal for what we're looking for in the last house.
And they sold in a timely manner, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Everyone
They
has,
sold quickly, even better than timely. It was
Even better than that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
before-
typically, we've had an offer before the house is completed, yeah. So it's been one of the projects that has proven to us that, you know, if we go forward with these types of developments, it's likely we're going to be successful with reselling the home. And so that's why we're moving forward at Lost Marshes Estates as well.
So what type of motion are we asking for here?
A motion to approve this development agreement with Homes of Distinction.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the development agreement for Homes of Distinction LLC. We have a roll call on that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Okay, number 12, public comment. If anybody would like to come forward, you got 3 minutes.
I have a comment if nobody else does.
Give you a chance. Okay, public comment is closed. Commissioner Presley, would you-
Yes, it's kind of an announcement of sorts. The last time we were here, I reminded everybody that on August 5th, we were going to be having, Hammond was going to host the Immigration Education Conference at Morton High School, and I just wanted to remind everyone watching and that is sitting in the room not to forget to attend. We're going to have a host of workshops pertinent to immigration and citizenship issues. We are going to have several keynote speakers. There will be a continental breakfast for those that get there at 8:30. There is also going to be a box lunch. We're going to have many giveaways for students. We're going to give away backpacks, a lot of books. The workshops that we're going to be presenting are those that are pertinent to issues, questions that parents have all over the country and in our city, that educators have, that students especially have questions and issues that have not been addressed, and we're going to try to see if we could lay some kind of foundation on Saturday so that we can get that started. We also have workshops for lawyers so that we're going to be having a class on immigration issues for our attorneys that show up and that come to our workshop. So I hope everybody will remember to attend. Thank you.
Announcement.
Thank you. Oh, and it's from 8 to 1:30.
Okay. All right, number 13,
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Can you all signify by aye?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.
The bottom one is,
I did not run up. Wally did it.
the opposite way.
I get blamed for everything anyway, so you might as well